the freest or cheapest stories that they say are culturally relevant because they fit a theme, because, I don't know, somebody wrote about poverty or somebody wrote about racism, but they take like the cheapest, easiest stories they can, put them in a book and say that it's culturally relevant. But I really, really appreciate this program because it actually brings cultural relevance into the classroom in a very deep way, from having teachers who are poets who went to the actual schools is just mind-blowing, and to have that space where there's real talk about what's really going on, kind of like what Caitlin was talking about and some of the other poets tonight. They feel the education. It makes education real. It's real education. So yeah, I don't know. So on that level, I had students who never read, asking for books. Students from other classrooms coming in to ask for books that their friend had told them that was good, and yeah, and stuff like that. So it's an amazing experience. And I had students who ditched the class all the time come in, and they were always there on the poetry day magic. I don't know how to feel about that, but it was good, and I appreciate it. And I think that leads to them being really open. Like one of the poets was saying, Charlie was saying, the students actually wrote and shared their poems in the workshops, and then students who never speak in class would share their poems, and they were amazing and they were heartfelt. And I think that openness comes from feeling connected to the author who brought the literature to life, and about real stuff, about stuff that they're going through, that they really want to learn about, that they have questions about, that school never really addresses or does so in like I was saying, in a fake way. And then that openness also leads to like the letter that the student wrote me, for them to believe that they can be writers. The student who came tonight was speaking about how it inspired him, like, I can do this. Like, I've never met a writer, but here's one right now. I'm asking them questions, and I can do this too. This is a viable path for me too. And to see them inspired, and it's just amazing. Thank you. Hope I didn't talk too much.
Patrick O'Donnell, co-founder of the Living Writer Series. All right, next up, this teacher taught at Fairfax High, and she has some fantastic students. Please, she's also a CLI alumni. Give it up for Deidre Harris.
I just want to say ditto. What's your name again?
Patrick.
What's your name again?
Patrick.
I can't see it again.
Patrick.
Thank you so much. I want to say ditto. My students, I mean, we did get a chance to read Malcolm X, right? 11th grade, Malcolm X. The students loved the book, but when it came time for that Friday, they're like, oh, what are we going to get today? What are we going to do today? They were so excited to get these books. And I'm just like, weren't you that excited to pick up, like, you know, all these other books of poetry that I have around the room? Like, something about meeting those authors, something about meeting those poets, something about meeting the living writers just coming into the classroom that made all the difference for them. And some of them had parents who came for parent conference night or back to school night or what have you, open house, and the parents were just like, you know, my child has a whole collection of books. We've never had books in our home before. Whoa. And I was like, wow. I just got like goosebumps, because I'm like, man, that's something to not just give to the students, but to give to the students' families. And some of the students have younger siblings. Like, when I grow up, I'm going to be able to come to your classroom, and I'm going to be able to get books too, and meet these great poets. And it was amazing. Like little 6-year-olds running around saying this. So that was it's such a gift. And this program has been one of the best programs that my students have ever experienced in the actual classroom. And I've taken students like across the world, to Africa, and all over the country, freedom, whatever. I love taking students outside of the classroom to experience life. But I felt like the Living Writer Series gave life to my students within the classroom as well. And a lot more of them got to experience that. So thank you.
One more amazing teacher. And this wonderful woman was actually Kamari's high school teacher, and she made it so that we got to be in this lovely lady's classroom. Please put your hands together for King Drew, Magnet High, Latasha Guy. Coming down.
This is funny because I'm like super nervous. But just want to say the program was amazing, and ditto what the other speakers have said. I kind of want to talk about briefly what the program did for me as a teacher. It was obvious that the program was going to be wonderful for my students. A lot goes on in education these days, and I can speak for myself that teachers are hard pressed to have professional development, and that's what the Living Writers series in the high schools in my classroom was for me as an English teacher. So every time the poets were there, I would pull out my paper and, you know, scratch some things out and look at how I could incorporate more poetry, more authentic texts in the classroom, more of my students' stories, more of their authentic writing. And it was just amazing, an amazing program, both for students and for teachers. And I just hope that the program can continue because it uplifts the students. And I hope, I don't want to put anything extra on the program, any more burdens, but maybe the program could have that teacher component in that. Well, I know there was like teacher meetings and Hiram would email us and I would always be busy, but if that also could be used as a speaking point or a selling point, because it's amazing. Any English teacher worth his or her salt should write and should write with their students.
Yeah.
And so the program encouraged me to continue doing this. This is my 20th year teaching. And I was ready to, you know, leave, and I still kind of am, but you know, you want to go out the way you came in, on top. And this program definitely helped me kind of come full circle in terms of my own writing and just making sure that students are recognized. And then the last thing I want to say is that we hear a lot in education about culturally responsive teaching. And culturally responsive and sustaining pedagogy and culturally responsive teaching can definitely be difficult, especially if you are not from the culture of your students, but it becomes so much easier when you have culturally responsive literature. Like, how could it not when you have authors from various places and they have their books? So just picking up their books and teaching from their books makes the classroom culturally responsive. So thank you so much for all you have given me, and let me know if you need anything soon.
All right. Fantastic, amazing high school teachers for talking about how dope the program is. And now, the most important part of the night. First, I want to say that the whole program existed because of the donations of people in this room. We had this phone drive last year. Some people gave $15 a month. Some people just gave $180. Some people gave, you know, $300, $400. It really costs, you know, for one classroom, it really costs close to about $4,000 to give a book to every single student, 10 different books for the course of the academic year. And so but I will say that it's really because of the donations from people that love literature, that are connected to the idea of writers being in the classroom. Those are the people that supported it, and those are the people that are going to continue to support it going into the future. And almost all of those people are in this room right now. And so I'm so thankful for all of you who came out. So, what you see in your seat, I know you saw this, don't act like you didn't when you sat down. There is a donation card for those of you who are willing to make a donation to the Living Writers series. During our campaign, Give 51, so many different people donated to the Living Writers series. Lawrence Jackson, who couldn't be here tonight, he donated $1,000 to the Living Writers series. Another brother in the back donated $600 to the Living Writers series. You know, USC made an in-kind donation of about $3,000 to the Living Writers series. But the program really was sustained also by people who just gave that $15 a month, that $180, which paid for one student a collection of books for the whole year. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask Will Hawkins to come back up and sing another song. And as you hear these beautiful melodies enter your ear, I want you to slowly take your pen out and check that Nobel sponsor list, that 25 G's. Just go ahead and check it. But seriously, while he's singing, I'm going to ask you to fill out the donation card. Whatever donation you are able to make tonight, it will turn into books. It will turn into support that goes directly to the student. So many people donated last year. Not only the actual donors, but the writers donated their royalty. The press donated its royalty. Everybody gave something. And if the program continues this year, it'll be because people in this room gave tonight. So you have this donation card. If you need a pen, just ask somebody. We got you on the, oh, Dowie's got plenty of pens. Raise up the pens, Dowie. Boom. He's got plenty. So if you need a pen, raise your hand. And as Will's singing, please fill out the donation card. At the end of his first song, we're going to collect the donation cards from whatever you wrote down. And then we're going to call up a few more authors. And at the end of the night, I'll announce what we were able to raise during the whole campaign and here at this amazing donor appreciation event tonight. And then we'll do the silent auction after that. Okay? All right, without further ado, please give it up for Will Hawkins.